Rule 23, trial by jury or to the court. A, every person accused of a felony has the right to be tried by a jury of 12. Okay, before the jury is sworn, the defendant may, except in Class 1 felonies, elect a jury of less than 12, but no fewer than 6 with the consent of the court. So the defendant could have less than 12 if they wanted to. Let's just get 6 in there. Who cares? Just get 7. I'll take 7 jurors. Unless you're accused of a Class 1 felony, then you have to have a jury of 12. Number 2, every person accused of a misdemeanor has a right to be tried by a jury of 6. So if you're only accused of a misdemeanor, then you only get a jury of 6. But if you're accused of a felony, why not get the whole 12? Why not get the full jury? Get the full jury. Get 12 eyeballs looking at this. They got to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. They got to convince all 12 of the jurors beyond a reasonable doubt. Before the jury is sworn, the defendant may elect a jury of less than 6, but no fewer than 3 with the consent of the court. Wow, so if you're accused of a misdemeanor, just get a jury of 3. A jury of 3? Well, I'm just going to invite my 3 buddies. That's fine. That's fine. Your Honor, that's fine. Every person accused of a Class 1 or Class 2 petty offense has the right to be tried by a jury of 3 if he or she, 1, files a written jury demand within 21 days after entry of a plea. 2, tenders $25 to the court within 21. It's a petty offense. A petty offense. Isn't that if you break up a peaceful assembly, a lawfully peaceful assembly, I think that's a misdemeanor or a petty offense. $21, and you get a jury of 3 at least for $25. Sorry, $25 in 21 days after the entry of a plea, unless such a fee is waived by the judge. So the judge, we'll get you a jury of. I feel like people don't want to do things, so at the very least, you got to write the damn request. Please get a jury, and then pay the $25. A jury of 3. Because of the indigence of the defendant, Your Honor, $25, I am super poor. And then they'll say, oh, okay, well, we're going to have a hearing to see how poor you are. Now, we want to get into your economics. We want to know all about if the charge is dismissed or the defendant is acquitted of the charge, or if the defendant, having paid the jury fee, files with the court at least 7 days before the scheduled trial date a written waiver of a jury trial, the jury fee shall be returned to the defendant. So you'll get that $25 back. Man, they've really covered every single thing when it comes to these petty offense trials. You could get a 3-person trial. You could get a 6-person trial. Number 4, the jury in matters involving Class 1 and Class 2 petty offenses shall consist of a greater number than 3, not to exceed 6, if requested by the defendant in the jury demand. So Class 1 and Class 2 petty offenses, you get a jury of 3, definitely, but you could actually request 6, and it's probably up to the court. But if it's like, Class 1, Class 2, Your Honor, this is a Class 1 petty offense. I might get ticketed at least $37. We need to have a jury trial of 6. A jury trial of 6. A jury trial of 6. For a petty offense. Number 5, 1. The person accused of a felony or misdemeanor may, with the consent of the prosecution, waive a trial by jury in writing or orally in court. Trial shall then be to the court, which means that it's a bench trial. The judge will be the judge of the case. He'll be the judge, jury, and the executioner. The court shall not proceed with the trial to the court after waiver of jury trial without first determining A, that the defendant's waiver is voluntary, B, that the defendant understands that I, the waiver would apply to all issues that might otherwise need to be determined by a jury, including those issues requiring factual findings at sentencing, Captain, the jury would be composed of a certain number of people. A jury verdict must be unanimous. So, if you're accused of a felony, that's 12 jurors. And then those 12 jurors have to come back unanimously and say, absolutely, that person was clearly, doing A, B, C, D. Without a doubt, that was a crime. He wasn't defending himself. 3 warning shots, more like something else. 3 warning shots in defense of home, person, and property, more like something else. In a trial to the court, the judge alone would decide the verdict. The choice to waive a jury trial is the defendant's alone and may be made contrary to counsel's advice. 3, in a proceeding where the waiver of a jury trial is part of a determination preceding the entry of a guilty or nolo contendere plea, the court need only make the determinations required by Rule 11b and not those required by this Rule 6. The defendant may not withdraw a voluntary and knowing waiver of trial by a jury as a matter of right, but the court, with the consent of the prosecution, may permit withdrawal of the waiver prior to the commencement of the trial. 7, in any case in which a jury has been sworn to try a case and any juror by reason of illness or other cause becomes unable to continue until a verdict is reached, the court may excuse such juror, except in Class 1 felonies, if no alternate juror is available to replace such juror. The defendant and the prosecution at any time before a verdict may stipulate in writing or on the record in open court with approval of the court that the jury shall consist of less than 12 but no fewer than 6 in felony cases, and less than 6 but no fewer than 3 in misdemeanor cases, and jurors thus remaining shall proceed to try the case and determine the issues. Eight, all jury verdicts must be unanimous. Again, a jury verdict must be unanimous. All jury verdicts must be unanimous. And that's Rule 23. That is Rule 23, CRCP, Colorado Revised Criminal Procedure, Colorado, Committee Comment Amended Rule 23A5 reflects the legislature's 1989 decision to condition a defendant's waiver of a jury trial upon the consent of the prosecution. See People v. District Court. Colo 1987, also consistent with Colorado case law, the amended rule would permit the waiver of a jury trial even in a Class 1 felony case. See People v. Davis, Colo 1990. Coming up next, Rule 24, trial jurors. Oh, shit. Trial jurors coming up next, Rule 24.